Guys, the network better now? No, don't worry. Is the network better now? Why don't you go back to Africa? George, what do you mean I don't go back to Africa? Why don't you go back to Africa? Why don't you go back to Africa? I think I know why Peter has that icon by his name. It's because he's part of the team and he has access to the YouTube. I think that is the reason. I just remembered. Peter, where are you? You're late for the shoot. Say Raygan, the energy drink is too much. Rest well and eat. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him. You want some? No, you not get some. Hey, God, Ghana roads. Peter, prove that you are there. I don't believe you. In spirit. Yo, if I get there before you, will pay me. Except I'm late. Very, very late. Anyways, we have an unscripted shoot today at 12:30. I left home quite late because I was not getting the ride on time. But why does Peter always get a number one? And also, if you not watched my interview with Kopiche, please do watch. That was a very, very good episode. I don't even know why people were dwelling on the tears because I was not crying. Something just fell on my eyes. I was getting it out. And Kopiche said I was crying. I don't cry. Tears before. Also, my mother said, okay, she's true. She said my mustache is becoming like the military one. So I think I have to go and shave. You see the one where they can. Yeah, it's true. Fun fact, my father was in the military, so when I was a kid, I wanted to also grow up and become a soldier. How many countries have I been to? 2. I've been to Nigeria, I've been to South Africa. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah. The next time you ask me this question again next year, I'll have a better answer. I'm explaining. I seriously was not crying. To be very honest, I was not crying. When you see trees, what's your feeling? Don't you want to climb it? Which one is this? When you see trees, give me like a tree like that. Why would I want to climb a tree? You guys don't be drinking energy drink. It's not good. You become addicted to it. So even when you're hungry, that's what you want to have. I was saying something earlier, I forgot it. Yeah, please do watch the episode with Kopiche. And the reason why the tears were coming was because I could relate to what he was talking about, and also because sometimes God sends you on a journey that you don't know so much about. He sends you on a journey of service, which is which is the best thing you can actually do for yourself, to be very honest. Goal should be to serve people. Today, I was listening to Talk the Cook by Derek. Shout out to you. You guys should also watch his podcast. A very good one. His episode with Andy Tekufo, and he said something. He made a quote that the good masters are often something servant, and that's true. Like before you can become a good master, you have to be a very, I've forgotten the word he used, but you have to be a very good servant, or you need to serve, because that's where you learn from, right? An example would be with Unscripted. Even though I'm leading a team, there are so many things that I learn myself, so many things I put myself, so many shoes I put myself in just to understand the job and what goes inside. So a life of service is a very, very, is that okay? No, never mind. A life of service is very, very, very good. And just like you said, if you want to tell a good story, tell one that connects with humanity. I think I don't remember who said it, but most of these billionaires always solve human problems. They always serve humans. That's how they become rich. But you will probably not see it as service, but that's their service. If you take somebody like Elon Musk, his service to humanity is Tesla, Starlink, the Boring Company. All of them have a mission. Tesla is electric vehicles. Starlink is to provide fast internet. That's service to mankind. So that should always be your ultimate goal, regardless of where you find yourself in. And you would always see the results. Even if it's content, your goal should be a service to humanity, because something like Unscripted, we can have, and I think that's one problem I have with some podcasts at sometimes, because they lose that focus and then they now start chasing the numbers and the money, and then the content or the value in the podcast drops because now they're chasing a different thing. But if they always focus on chasing service to mankind, service to humans, they'd always look at what would 10% or maybe even 1% of our audience want to listen to. So if you're a content creator, if you're a social media manager, if you're a designer, it's always service to mankind. I'm just thinking about it, regardless of what you find yourself, it's service to mankind. If you're an Uber driver, if you're a developer, yeah. So yeah, do watch. I wish I could add the video link somewhere, but I can't. So yeah, do watch that video if you've not. And please, 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 we're at 9,000 subscribers. I think 9,013 or 14 before I started the live. So please, if you can, share with a friend, share with a colleague, a family, let them watch. If you work at an organization, play the videos for them to watch. Tell them to subscribe. Let's get to 10K. It would motivate me, to be honest. Recently, someone asked me a question. I think it was 2 days ago when I had a shoot a shoot for Unscripted. Yeah, 2 days ago, someone asked me a question. That was my goal for Unscripted. And I was like, thought about it for a second, and I realized, oh God, this traffic. I thought about it for a second. I was like, God, I don't have one. That's the honest truth. I don't have a goal for Unscripted. And I think I remember when Nana Kwame interviewed me on Elevate and Empower. Another good podcast you should be listening to. Very beautiful. I like the direction he's going with. Very beautiful one too as well. And he asked me, and I think I don't even remember the answer I gave him. I think I mentioned the number of millions subscribers for Unscripted in the next coming years. But if I dip it, to be honest, I don't know. I don't think I have one. I just want Unscripted to impact people. I like the stories I get when people say, "Oh, I watched this episode and I applied this and I did that and I did that." It's quite motivating, right? So I really mostly don't think about the numbers, and I think there's nothing wrong with thinking about or having target. I think it's very, very good if you have targets. And then I told her I don't have one. I don't have a target. And it was she also hosts a podcast, no bouquet. They say I'm too loud, and we're talking, and her producer asked me why don't I have one. I was like, I can be very, very hard. I can be very, very hard on myself, like very, 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 very hard on myself. So sometimes when I put target, I can go the extreme to make sure I achieve it, and I don't want to do that to myself. Like when we recorded Kobe Chase episode, we could have just said we'll post it the following week, but I told myself that I wanted that video to go the next day, so I was going to do everything possible for the video to come out, right? So I don't have target, not because I don't know where I want to see the pod, but just because I can be very, very hard on myself. But I want the podcast to grow. There are certain metrics I have for myself, but not numerical ones, like 10,000 subscribers or this or that. I'd like to, and I think I've said this before, I like to control what I can control. What can I control? I can control the number of people I bring on the episode. I can control the quality of conversations we have on the conversation. I can control the audio quality. I can control the video quality. I can control the set. I can control the questions I'm asking. Those are things in my power. But I can't control the people that are watching. I can't control the people that will subscribe. So if I'm able to control what I can control, eventually the numerical value is going to come. That is when maybe you're able to hit your target. If I feel like if you focus too much on the numbers, you do anything to get them. And Kobe Chase said the same thing when he was like, his focus is impact. And if you follow impact, you eventually get the money. I think almost every single what do you call it, guest that has been on Unscripted has said the same thing, that follow value, follow impact, and the money will come. It's just like it's automatic. It's automatic. And recently God has been talking to me about the same thing, because sometimes I see, just like headless YouTuber asked me on his pod, if I see the numbers, supposed to be traffic lights or traffic light. If I see the numbers on Unscripted, the content we produce, do I get discouraged or disappointed? I'm like, yeah. But when God is talking to me, it's just a matter of putting in the work. Just like every farmer, they have the time where they're putting the seeds into the ground. Eventually harvest season will come. So yeah, regardless of what you're doing, just put in the work. And I think I wanted to record a video on this, but I forgot about the whole snowball effect thing. Sometimes you do something and it take a very long time for it to multiply or increase, but then we get to a point that it just breaks, and that's it. Like at that point, the growth doesn't become 1, 2, 3, or 10, 15, 20. It becomes like 100, 1,000, 10,000, that kind of thing. Because I think when we started, when I was doing my design content, I had about 700 subscribers before I went on a break. Yeah. Then when we started Unscripted, I think we got to like 1K after a couple of months, 1,001, 1,002. Charlie, I was always refreshing. You come and refresh, you see 1 subscriber, 2 subscribers. But then I don't see where it just multiplied, and then we got to 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, 9,000, almost at 10,000. That's how the snowball effect works. So just focus on the work. Just know that there's a point where you get that it will just start flowing. If you get a time, just go on YouTube and just go snowball effect and see how it works. It just starts with little snowball, and the moment it keeps rolling,